I just need 2 minutes of your time, sir. Nope. Oh, got his attention. Are you getting mad because I'm not petting you? Okay, we good? Okay. Year after year, we watch celebrities get interviewed on talk shows. They talk about their new movie, their new relationship, but they're not talking about the one thing I know all of you care about, their rescue dogs. So we're changing that right now. Welcome to My Owner's a Celebrity. Today, we have an Olympic athlete and hilarious dog parent on the show. He's a figure skater who won bronze with his team at the 2018 Winter Olympics and also won season 26 of Dancing with the Stars. Welcome, Adam Rippon.
How are you? I'm very happy to be here.
Great. We're happy to have you. Thank you so much for being with us.
Yeah.
Did you have animals growing up?
No, I never had any pets growing up. I always wanted them, but I am the oldest of 6 kids. So instead of dogs, I guess my parents kind of had like a litter anyway, but just of people, not of dogs.
We had both growing up. My mom collected stray children and dogs, so she had her hands full. So before we get to the good stuff about your dogs, I want to talk about you a little bit, obviously. No, the dogs are the most important part. Sorry.
I mean, I agree. They are the most important part.
Did you grow up figure skating?
I started when I was 10, which like in my sport, it's a little bit late. And then I guess 18 years later, I went to the Olympics at 28.
That is impressive.
Thank you. I'm glad that you think so.
I can't even imagine the dedication that goes into that. So your dog right now, was that your first dog?
Yes, Tony is my very first dog.
Why was it so important to you to adopt a dog instead of buying one?
I've through my skating career have traveled to a lot of different places. In some of the countries that I've been to, there's a lot of stray dogs. And I've always seen those dogs and you know, like I'm a huge sucker. And that every time I see a video of like the dodo on Instagram, I'm obviously in like full-blown tears. And I'm like, somebody should save these dogs. Yeah, so I'm like, okay, like the dodo literally is haunting me. And so I just felt like I wanted to be a part, I wanted to be my own dodo. So I decided that like, you know, just those stories that just touched me so deeply that I was like, how could I not want to adopt a dog that needs a home?
That was one of the most pure things that I've heard in a long time. It was that was so cute. So how did you guys pick Tony? Did you get to see pictures and stuff beforehand? Like, how does that work with that rescue?
I really wanted to try to find like a really young dog because I wanted to have like the full experience of raising a dog from when they were a puppy through like, you know, throughout their whole life. And so me and my husband, we were looking for places that might have litters of puppies. And so we found this rescue just like through looking online. So when we went over, we saw all of the puppies and Tony was like in the corner. He was wearing like a little t-shirt. And I was like, who's the one with the t-shirt? And he was kind of like out by himself, you know, not really like in the mix of everything. And I was like, okay, I think I kind of like this guy. And, you know, we just kind of like hit it off. It just felt like totally right.
Yeah, I tend to always go for the outcasts and the like the weirdos with dogs, the ones that look a little funny or the ones that aren't around the rest of them. So I understand your thinking.
Of course, like now that he's like lived with us for a year, he's like now shown us, he's like, no, I truly have been insane like the whole time. I was just wearing a t-shirt and that's why you didn't think I was crazy. And I'm like, you're right.
That's how it always works. What kind of dog is he?
So obviously I'm an insane dog parent. So I did one of those like little DNA tests because I was like, I need to know where he's from. Basically, he's half pit bull and then he's like part Rottweiler, German Shepherd, Boxer, Golden Retriever, and then like this mix of undistinguishable amounts of different dogs. But he's half pit bull.
Your dog's a mutt.
He's a total mutt. Like I can't
he's
even.
a half mutt.
Yeah, he's a total mutt.
How long ago did you get him?
We got him a little over a year ago.
Oh, so it's pretty recent then. Did you name him Tony?
Yes. So my husband is from Finland and his English is perfect, but he has a little bit of like an accent and he wanted to make sure that he could say the name like without an accent. And I really wanted a human name for our dog. And when we met Tony for the first time when he was really little, you could just tell he was going to be like, he was going to get bigger. And I was like, maybe we'll name him like Tiny. And then from Tiny, we went to Tony, and Tony is also a Finnish name. So it was like, oh, perfect. So we went with Tony.
I didn't know it was a Finnish name. I love that. All my dogs have middle names. I know that's really silly, but
Oh, I love
and they
that.
all know their middle names. They all know when I say middle name that mom's serious about something.
Yes.
So I understand the human name thing, and my mom does not like that I do that, but I don't care.
No, I love it. I just think it's so funny to be like, you know, be on the phone and you're walking somewhere and you're like, yeah, Tony's poop was really wet this morning. And you're like, what are you talking about? And it's just like, I think it's so funny.
I know, my mom gets mad. I think it's cute. Obviously, your life changed a lot. You had a puppy. What were the biggest things that changed?
I think the one thing that it changed was that feeling of, you know, like it wasn't just me and my husband, and you know, we're like adults, so it's like we can go and do whatever we want whenever we want. And all of a sudden, it was like, okay, now I have to just make sure that like throughout the day that this thing is taken care of and that it's not by itself, and that I'm doing everything to make sure that I'm enriching its life and it's getting all of like the exercise and you know stimulation it needs. And so it was a big adjustment to like making plans and living a life around this thing that I've loved. Like it's been amazing. Like I've loved it.
I think a lot of people don't realize how much you're taking on by adopting a puppy. It's a lot of friggin' work, and making that commitment is a huge friggin' deal. I'm glad that you're enjoying it.
You know, I was ready. I was prepared for it. We wanted to make sure that if we were going to get a young puppy, that like it was at a time when we were both able to commit a lot of time to this dog. I was still working a lot at home, and my husband he's from Finland, so he had just moved to the US, and so we were waiting for all of his like documents to get finished up. And so we knew that we both would have a lot of time at home. So we were ready to take on the responsibility. And JP has had dogs before. So I felt like I wasn't like going blind into the woods. And I also think that I watched every single dog training video on YouTube at least twice. So I was like, I'm ready to train this dog to like be in the military. So I was prepared. And looking back, it really was perfect timing.
Okay, I want to hear more about Tony though and his personality.
Okay.
What's he like?
Tony is very curious. And one thing that we're working on right now is to like gain his confidence a little bit. This is how you know like I'm an insane person, where I'm like, my dog's confidence. And so as this goes on, you're gonna go, yeah, he needs to see he should be on a Zoom with a therapist, but it's okay. And so, you know, like if he hears like noises or whatever, he's always like getting a little scared. So right now, like if we hear those things or if he's outside or something, we're right now just like kind of making sure that he feels like really comfortable and like he can feel, you know, safe wherever he is. But his personality is, I have never met anyone in my whole life who loves to sleep so much. And I've never met a dog who looks like they're still asleep when they're like walking and waking up from a nap. I'm like, how's your face doing that? Like, what are you doing? But I will also say that Tony loves to do tricks. He loves to like take orders. And so even if he has like zoomies around the house or something, the first thing that I'll do if he's like going crazy, I make him do like basically a skating routine of like different tricks, and he'll do everything. He like is so into what I'm doing. It's very, very cute. So he loves to listen, which is a really good quality.
He likes learning. It's good. I mean, it's mental stimulation for them, and that's just as important. It's equally as important as exercise with the dog, and you actually doing all that with him helps calm him down a lot. I wish my dogs were calm. My little coyote husky mix bounces. We would run 3 miles every day, and she still is literally bouncing off of the walls. So you're very lucky that Tony's a lazy little boy.
You know, he's lazy until he's not. Like, because then every once in a while, he'll do a few days where you're like, are you okay? And then he'll do a few days where he like won't sleep at all during the day. And he's just like walking upstairs and then walking downstairs. I'm like, are you trying to go somewhere? Like, what's going on? You're usually taking a nap over there. So he's pretty inconsistent, but you know, that's Tony.
So was he around when you and your husband got married?
He was. We actually had him for maybe 2 or 3 weeks at that time. And so we got married essentially like a courthouse wedding. We went to like an office building. You know, this is the classic fairy tale of going to an office to get married. So we went to an office building and we brought Tony with us. You know, we had just had him. I said had him like I like gave like I'm a like a doula. So we brought him to the office. And we were signing all the paperwork to do everything. And, you know, I put Tony down. We were in like a little room by ourselves. And Tony started doing like that walk that I had become familiar with when he wanted to take a shit. And I was like, oh my God, he's going to take a shit at my wedding. I'm saying wedding in quotation. I'm like still in an office building. I'm like, no. And so I remember when the woman came in to like finish up our process, I was like, I'm so sorry, but can we like rush through this? I think our dog needs to take a shit. And so Tony did help us get in and out of there and did not shit in the building, and he shit as soon as we left. So I was right.
This is the most romantic wedding story I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, it's like a really beautiful story.
You are such a dog dad. It's not even funny. I love it though. It's adorable.
Yeah, something like, you know, for somebody who never had animals growing up, I'm completely like I'm all in. I'm fully all in.
So speaking of Tony though, and this, what happened?
I think that's like the fire alarm for our complex.
Oh, okay.
Can I hold on 1 second?
Yes, go check.
My complex might be on fire. I'll just be right. I'll be right back.
You're fine. Everything okay?
I'm back and not on fire, so we're all good.
That's good. I'm glad everything's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously your dog has no idea that you're a celebrity. So what is it like having that unconditional love for you from a being that doesn't care at all about your public persona?
Yeah, my dog doesn't know I'm a huge celebrity, which is insane because I remind him all the time. But I will say that like through all the ups and downs of, I think like whatever you do, whatever your like work is, or whatever you might be going through, it's just like the best. It's like indescribable to know that like there's somebody who just like thinks the world of you regardless of what's happening and can just read your energy so easily and so purely.
Dogs can tell when their owners are in pain.
Like it's the best thing in the entire world. Like it's just the best. I'm so grateful. I'm so lucky for Tony.
The thought of not having a dog now and having that love is kind of mind-blowing now, right?
Yeah, it's like it's unrelatable. It's like I couldn't even like imagine it. And now that we have Tony, I am already like, when do we get another dog? Like, because I can't imagine life without a dog in it. Truly.
Yeah, there's no way I'd survive.
No. I mean, like I'm barely surviving now. You know, the fire alarm keeps going off. So it's like I'm doing my best as it is. So I don't know what would happen.
Last question and silly. Have you ever had Tony out on the ice?
No, actually, Tony's never been to the rink yet. And so I want to make sure that he can like focus while we're there. Because I know when he gets on the ice and he tries to like run around that he's going to freak out. So I want to make sure that he has a good experience so that he'll want to go back.
Yeah, they have booties and stuff that have really good grips for like my friends that live up north that are in the snow and stuff a lot that would probably help.
Yeah, I've got to do that. Oh, I know he's going to love it though.
Make sure you video him walking with booties on for the first time because it never fails how great dogs look.
No, dogs walking in shoes is like one of my go-to feel-good YouTube searches.
I love that. I don't know why I've never done that.
Oh, it's worth its weight in gold. It's so good.
Now I know what to do when I'm having a sad day. I'm just going to look that up and follow suit with you.
hmm
So, what else are you working on right now? Are you just able to focus on your family, or are you working on any other projects?
I love to have my work-life balance, so I'm focusing on, making sure I can get to spend a lot of time with my family and with Tony. And in my professional life, I have a podcast called Normalize This. It's been such a blast. I've loved doing it. I have an amazing co-host. Her name is Danielle Young, and I'm just working on a ton of projects. And we're gearing up for the Olympic Games in Paris, the Summer Games. So getting a lot of things together and staying as busy as possible.
What was the podcast called again? Sorry, I want to write it down.
Normalize this. It's good. I think that you'll like it. I actually like listening too.
I can't wait to listen to it. I have to get on the road in like 2 weeks, and I have to drive from Louisiana all the way to the other side of the country. So I will have plenty of time to listen to it.
Okay. Yeah, we have a bunch of episodes that you can go back and listen to. So hopefully we'll keep you keep you company at least part of your drive.
I'm going to need it. But thank you so much for telling your story about Tony and your husband and sharing your beautiful wedding story with us.
It's his fairy tale wedding, so I'm glad that I could share it.
We really appreciate you being on, and it was great to meet you, and I cannot wait to listen to you on my road trip.
Well, I can't wait to accompany you on the road trip. Have a safe drive, and thank you so much for having me. This was so much fun.
Of course, honey. I'll see you soon.